Boys, boys, boys and girls. Yes, remember what I told you in the previous video? That I'm from Benoni and all that, nah? Here's the new 35, the one I'm building for a customer now. Look, great care is being taken, to get things right. So this is the new stance. Much better than the old one. And I've also managed to modify things on the chassis that I now have a chassis side frame right through. No more cutting away stuff to make motor blocks turn or whatever. So once this is sprayed, that will be one nice flat little side frame where I can put all the pipes, filters, brackets, couplings and everything onto, which was something I had to cut away on the old one because these were actually too low, too deep in. So it couldn't turn, it couldn't make it couldn't go past that inner bit there. Look, this is one thing about the GEs. They are tightly packed, eh? The 32 class as well. I've done that one before. And hell, you got to be very careful of how you do it. Because they are very compact, basically. But look at that. That stance really satisfies the East Rand Benoni dude in me. I read somewhere on one of the other groups that there's also a guy that takes USA trains, locos, and he drops all of them. Now, that's my kind of guy. I can work with her out like that. We will get along like a house on fire. Definitely. Check there. I've got the gauges and everything on, and the filler cap is now printed. Now, in here, there's a little plug. It's here somewhere. It goes in there, and I've sanded very carefully around there so that we don't take this little rim around that all the way, I just sanded it off on the old one. Motor blocks are wired, which is always a crappy job, but it's done. I've tested them, they work perfectly. I also see, it might just be me, that the new motor blocks from USA Trains got a slightly different design on the side here. The motor's a little bit more open, and the bearing housing at the back sits on the inside. It doesn't go through to the outside. I can't remember what it was like. There was a couple of things that I picked up on the new blocks that's different to the old ones. And it might just be me. It might just be me. Don't quote me on this. But when I tested them now, I ran them at full 18 volts. And they're quiet. They're very, very quiet. I don't know what they've done inside it. I opened them up when I put the wires in, and I couldn't see anything different except that bearing at the back. But we'll see when I put it on the track. I'll show you. They're dead quiet. Look, they're normally quiet, but this one is like whisper quiet. All right. So I've sanded the cat. Poof. That's where I am. I haven't done any of this. It was one of those weekends where I battled to get going. That happens. It happens. I need a bloody holiday. I need a break. I'm tired. So next thing now is I'm going to sand the body over tomorrow and the next 3 days. Then we stick the doors in. And then we are cool. Right, you can see here also if you look there. That was the old... where the old frame was. It's 3 mil or something that we took off to make this work with the new ride height so that thing doesn't drag along the track. Look, this is the problem with model railways and with, building a loco is the tolerances for, track height. The tolerances, the ride height, the tolerances of the pilot onto the track very, very much more aggressive than in real life. So you got to be careful that you don't make it too low. Some of my 34 GMs are very, very low. So you can see underneath, if you look underneath the pilot there, on most of them, there's marks, where they've caught before on the outside tracks and stuff. Look, it looks a hell of a pretty, but you got to be careful. And with these being resin printed, there's a very narrow lip there. It'll break it off if it hits. So yes. All right, so there we have it. We on our way. We're going. This is going to be Gulf Red, which is going to be a beautiful livery. One of my favorites. I'm just going to do these little things because I got to make them. I'm just going to do the other side, and then I am off for the rest of the night. We will tackle this tomorrow morning, nice and fresh. Look at that. It's a pretty loco. For the local guys now, with this being adapted a bit, it's less. The local guys will understand, the overseas oaks won't. Don't worry yourself about it. Go Google Toby Cronje. Yeah, it's much less Toby Cronje-ish. That I got a chin on him. Anyway, all right. Okay, so dudes, that's that. I'm going to let you go now, and then we will speak later. Goed, oudjies, tot ziens.